There we go, everyone. So hello, the famous most anime ever, Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba. So the most overrated anime ever. You know, I like Demon Slayer. I do. I don't say that because I'm afraid of getting an angry mob at me. But I always find Demon Slayer in that case, right, where it is annoying. I don't talk too much here. It's like another review. It's like the reaction episode 1 and 2, right? But as I said briefly here, I think Demon Slayer is like, it's a good anime, right? It's a good anime, and I genuinely think that, right? But at the same time, and don't kill me, I don't think it's the best anime ever. Okay, for me it's like Kadi, I like Kadi. That's my favorite anime. It's not my favorite anime ever, but I think it's one of the best animes when it aired, right? And at the same time, what I'm also kind of with Demon Slayer though, it's because it's so high popularity. A lot of people are arguing it's a bad anime, right? Which is really silly. And honestly, if you do that, that's just being a conformist, right? I think a lot of people want to be anti-conformist, so they want to say, "Oh, I'm against what is popular," "Oh, Demon Slayer is popular. It's by people that are casuals, so it's a bad anime," right? That is how people act, right? But if you actually do the thing, if you're just reversing whatever is popular, you are as conformist as the popularities, right? Because if you let popularity control you, you're a conformist. If you only watch anime or whatever movies because it's popular, you're a conformist. But if you only don't watch animes because it's too popular, you're also a conformist, right? So I know people that have refused to watch Demon Slayer because it's too popular, right? Yeah. So you're letting the popularity control them. It's really silly, and I make fun of people, and I stand by saying that because people are stupid, honestly, in my opinion, right? Because they're just letting someone else control what you like, right? Yeah. So I always say here on my channel, here on my anime channel, anime game channel, right? And I guess also some comic books sometimes. It is mostly just me being, who I am, honest, right? I'm never letting anime else control me, right? I watch the anime that I like. For example, Tonegawa, right? For example, Oto's Kati. I don't think anyone else reacted at all to Tonegawa. I'm the only person probably that's been on YouTube and Twitch and so on read Tonegawa. I love Tonegawa. I don't care if it's the least popular anime or the popular. I just like Tonegawa, so I'm gonna react to it, right? I like Demon Slayer, so I'm gonna react to it. I think it's just kind of funny because a lot of people are gonna say that I'm only watching Demon Slayer because popular, right? But that doesn't make sense on my time because I will react to Miruku-san today. Mushoku Tensei earlier today. It was amazing anime, my masterpiece anime. I watched Fena in the morning and One Piece. It's like my 5th anime or something. So for me, it's like no, I watch all the animes. I watch every anime. I have no filter. I watch all the animes. I just press anime in every button, right? But anyway, I just want to say it here because if there's one anime that has really, I can make it not really bad, but there's one anime that's really spoken to the whole conformistic popularity. It's really Demon Slayer. It's so popular, and then you see a lot of people that aren't into anime watching the anime, which is fine. I'm not stopping doing that, right? But you actually see more people that are into anime refusing to watch it because it's too popular, and I find it hilarious, right? Because it's such a weak mentality. You're letting popularity control you, right? It's like some people only watch, as I mentioned, some people only watch what's popular, right? Yeah, but refusing to watch what's popular, it's the same thing, right? And I have some other friends, but acquaint people that refuses to watch like Game of Thrones, right, for example, because it's so popular. It has to be bad, you know what I mean? It's not like, well, I guess it's no one likes the lessons, right? But you know what I mean? It's just weird. It's like my mom is in Game of Thrones, she likes it, Doesn't mean that I can watch it too, right? I don't know. But I don't know why I want to rant about that thing here. I want to watch a Demon Slayer. But me as a person, I work a lot with, human psychology and analyzing human behavior and so on. That's one of my my main things, right? And I work with researching people's behavior and so on. And I've also papers, right? Some extent. So I guess for me, self-awareness here, I think about stuff a lot, right? Because I do for a living to some extent. So I've been thinking about Demon Slayer stuff a lot, right? For over these years. I said this in all the videos too, right? So anyway, we're back to that issue. Now then, let's talk about the actual episode here. So this is Demon Slayer, episode 1 and 2. This is an actual new episode, kinda. It's about Rapidish here, and it's gonna be about him, I guess like a flashback before the trade. And then next week, and I think the first 8 episode, I think it's supposed to be 7 episodes after this, might be, It's kind of unclear really what they meant with that, but whatever. It's like 6 to 8 episodes, something like that, that are gonna be, I don't call it recap. It's basically just the movie again, right? They're gonna take the movie and just cut it into bit parts, right? I guess they're gonna extend like a few scenes parody. They probably are gonna add like a minute here, right? But if you've seen the movie, like I have, of course, seen the movie, right? If you've seen the movie, you probably have seen like this whole season almost, right? So that's very disappointing. It feels very lazy and a cash cow, to be honest. No, I do have Sony stocks, to be fair, so maybe it's good for me. I get some bigger money. So maybe I shouldn't complain. I have, it's like, I guess Sony is like my biggest Japanese holding, think about it. So, yeah, it is, yeah. It's my biggest Japanese holding. I have a few. What can I have? I guess $1,000 maybe less Sony on that. So, I guess it's fair that I should be like, oh, it's great. We're making money, guys. Buy everything, make me some money. I suppose. But yeah, it feels kind of lazy. So anyway, what I'm gonna do here then, right, is that today, right, we're doing the reaction review of course, this whatever it is, this backstory episode. Maybe we're unlucky. It was like the first minutes, but I think it's actually supposed to be most of the episodes new here. Let's figure out that, I guess, soon here. And then I won't watch next week, right? You know, I know people want to see my reaction to Demon Slayer, right? But I've already seen the movie, and I hate doing this shield fake reactions where I pretend to react something again, right? Some people, you know, they do like a double reaction. Oh man, I just people that like watch an anime, right? And then they re-record it, they watch it again, and oh yeah, they freak out extra. Oh, it's disgusting. I hate it. I hate the shit. So I'm not gonna, you know, react to whatever to the to whatever scene, right? I might review it, I suppose. But honestly, I probably wouldn't even watch the episodes coming next week. I don't. But that, to my understanding, there's no point watching the next 7 episodes if you already seen the movie, because I said in my video about a few weeks ago, what's the point of that? Okay, it's like 20 minutes, which is the movie, and then 1 new minute that's new content. So I have to spend 21 minutes getting 1 minute content. No thanks, right? So you can just watch the movie again instead, right? But anyway, no, let's watch it. Long intro, but I just gonna, you know, air out my thoughts about Demon Slayer. I thought about it in my you know, general review when it aired, right? Then I was like, you know, it's a great anime. It's not the next coming of Messiah. It's not the Christ. It's not the next coming of Jesus, right? But it's like a pretty good anime. It's like a good anime of the better animes that year. Not the best anime necessarily, but like one of the top animes. It's not a bad anime whatsoever. Especially from my graphics standpoint, it's amazing, right? But also the characters and what. I would say one thing though, which I start by saying, I never got to like Crybaby Shinichi. I never got to like him though. His Crybaby thing, people told me, oh, you're gonna love him, he's really cool eventually. I'm like, no, he isn't. I still don't like him, okay? I haven't probably said it. I like all the other characters, Ishinose and so on, right? Tanjiro, of course, the cute little Imoto-san is the best, but yeah, best little girl, but I have not fallen in love with Crybaby Shinichi. He has not. That I will stand by though. He's definitely like a minus for me massively, okay? Now people are gonna disagree with me, but yeah. Doesn't matter. Since he introduced, I never liked him kinda. Yes, he got better, I guess, because he could do stuff, but honestly, no, he's for me he's honestly probably the biggest drawback for me in the whole anime. Because I kinda probably strongly dislike him probably. I don't hate it, but I think he's just rather annoying. Like, I've seen way worse character than him, don't get me wrong, but I think he's the worst character in this anime by far. This become like a long review now. But anyway, let's watch the actual episode. Let's watch the episode. 3, 2, 1, and go. I got a long rant now, but no, but let's just be honest, right? I don't like the character. I feel I like every other character except him. He's like by far the least likable character in the whole anime, I think. If all the characters. But yeah, it's a train, right? So maybe I'm tricked here. I think it's supposed to be before the train, though. But yeah, the train is back, so it's gonna be the train, right? Hopefully this is new content. Because right now it's just a moving train, I guess. That was bloody though. So it starts very red, very much tomato juice. Maybe it's a new opening. I would love to see that. I heard opening coming next week, so maybe I react to the opening, right? That's fine. But I probably react to the opening, yeah. Why not? We can react to the opening next week, yeah. But it's gonna be, of course, the Pillar of Flame Hashira of Fire. It's gonna be about, you know, Rapidish, I think. But yeah, this is gonna be new, I believe. Some ramen shop. Maybe a backstory of his life or something. Some crow. Here we go. He's back! He's alive! UMAI! He's so Genki, man. He's so Genki. Here we go. UMAI! He's so Genki, so. Yeah. Come on, flame guy. We've got some stuff to do, man. We've got some trains to capture. I want both of you. I'll pay for more, yeah. So he's a very Genki guy. It's fun with him, you know. He's very, very Genki. Yeah, if it's emotions, it's right. I eat food. Yeah. Yeah, so he eats with food, right? With guts, yeah, with power. He's very, very energetic, right? Which is great, you know, but I think he's a great character. He's my favorite pillar. My favorite Hashira. My favorite Hashira is Kobayashi. That was so good, man, in Kobayashi. When they were like, Hashirama Kobayashi. He's like, yes, right, I'm a pillar now. Pillar of coding. That was awesome. I'm the code pillar now. That was awesome. But, yeah, so far just cooking food here, man. Talking about being pillars. Here. There's lots to do today. But honestly, so far nothing's happening though. A lot of people hate when I do this stuff sometimes, but come on, I'm listening to the, you know, I can understand in Japanese, so I listen to what they're saying, right? They're not saying anything new yet. Oh my! Nothing is happening, honestly. He's just sitting there eating food, and it's like, I love the food! So far nothing is happening. Here we go. Not something that's actually happening. Okay, here we go, baby. All this stuff hasn't happened. Here we go. Stuff is happening. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, okay. Now I feel episode started, honestly. For reals, though. For reals. Man, I got some scar on my finger. Ugh. Burn mark. Yeah, demons comes at night, right? Which is very true. Well, this girl doesn't believe in grandma, but grandma definitely is right, though. Oh, so this is working for, you know, her siblings coming soon. Good little girl. Yeah. She's like, come on, honey, you're just a kid. Don't worry about your mom being pregnant. Just, you know, relax, girl. But, son, come on. He definitely believes in this. Yeah, don't drop the food, girl! Okay, that's with his face. Yeah, don't drop the food. He eats it, of course. He's so gutsy. He eats it. Yeah, doesn't believe in demons. She should, though. But Grandma is all like, I don't believe he's a bad guy. Yeah. So the slasher, of course, is a demon, right? Doesn't believe in, but... Well, I guess maybe he's gonna fight someone before he enters the train. It could be the episode, right? He's gonna fight the slasher before he enters the train. But we already mentioned the slasher in all the episodes too, though, earlier. But I mean, yeah, it might be a new slasher, I guess. It might be a new horror. Yeah, so that sounds probably... He's probably gonna fight the slasher, right? Can you buy some bento, please? You did eat that one. You had to eat the one. You know. You pay for that one at least. Yeah, buy them all. Oh, and his poor assistant's carrying. Yeah. The splendid gifts for the rest of the crew. Yeah, I'll buy them all. Just give them to the guys over there. He's a very lovable character, you know. He's like, yeah, just buy them all. The older guys can eat them at home. Yeah, whatever. Whatever, guys. This is train though. I feel it's kind of weird. I think one issue with this episode is I know what's gonna happen to the main, you know, the main character this episode. So it's kind of weird that I already know what's gonna happen next episode. It's really weird watching it in that sense. Daddy! It's like, you want some bento? I have a lot of them. I'm a bento vendor, okay. I do love that though. I'm a guy that says bento, so do you want to have some? Yes. It's like, yeah, I'm a bento seller. I have my bento. I'm a business guy. You want some food? It's like, what? Yeah, okay. Like a manufacturer over there. Well, I guess Japan started having manufacturers around this time with the trade. Yeah, that makes sense. Japan has a lot of hard metal and so on, yeah. I mean, this is kind of like, you know, historic anime, right? It has some realism in it. But yeah, Japan had... they didn't have any manufacturing for a long time, of course, but then they really, you know... They developed very quickly, right? When they started doing industrialization of Japan, it went very quick when it happened, right? But yeah, here it finds the train, of course. Oh yeah, they also do these things. I remember. It's been a while since I watched this anime now, because the movie didn't have the same kind of this eye catcher. The name was like in my head somewhere. I don't remember what the Japanese name is for that, but in English, of course, it's called eye catcher, right? You know, the cutting in between the commercial thing there. I don't remember what's called at all in Japan, though. Kinda escaped me now. Whatever. It's honestly, if it's kind of a nothing episode so far, just kind of, you know, hangs around here. But I guess it's gonna fight this slasher. So it's probably gonna be a fight here eventually with some demon. And it brings the food. Can brother with the food here. I could easily see myself as, man, I want an engineer on trains, but when I read history books, I'm the inventor, I guess. But what I would love to, for example, is if you read about how they made the Hudson River, how they actually industrialized that thing, how they created a path in America with boats, this so on. Yeah, I would love to do that shit. But here we go. We saw it earlier. The slasher. Yeah, so now we go. Here's some action here. It's a guy that was resting. No Tatsu-chan. Can't handle the bento. Not the bento! Oh, okay, I hate bentos. guy's gonna die, man. It's like it was made by love, but a cute girl. Well, if he hates the blood, fucking eat him then. I don't know. Oh, okay, he's a very picky eater. Interesting. Yeah, he only specific taste to you. We only eat you to smell good. Okay. A very picky eater here. Yeah, demon only eats specific. Oh, power shot like what? Is he either just fast? It's just fast, right? Oh, but he matched more than the boy too, though, during speed. Ah, speedster demon. Huh. That's good. Don't worry, boy. He's so happy to. Don't worry, I'm here for you. He's the most positive guy they have in the whole anime. Oh. You know, I remember now how blood this anime is. Yeah. This anime is one of the most tomato-used anime out there, definitely. I remember that now. I almost forgot about how brutal actually Demon Slayer is as a support. That was also kind of very much tomato use. That's true. Yeah, comes with his boys there. Oh yeah, so he didn't die? Nice. Yeah, well, a single scar is kind of weird. Wouldn't she have scars though? He's like, not a single scar on that lady. He can't cut her face though. He's basically Jack the Ripper. It's like not a scar on her body. It's like the healing magic is pretty good, I guess. Yeah, like okay. I mean, I guess he's gonna be pissed off now because he saves victims, but yeah, I don't know how she would not have a scar to cut her face with his, you know, his Jack the Ripping. Yeah, sounds reasonable. Victim protecting program. Yeah, that's true though. The bento vendors. He's gonna target them now. Yeah, this guy's like, well, so you like those bento people, like? I like how this demon is thinking. He's like, I'm gonna eat some bentos. Oh, interesting. He's a speedster after all. Because only, well, you can't mess with freaking Rapidish though. He's after all the Hashira of Flames. Well, the guy didn't lose speed though. He's still as fast. Well, as you say that, he can probably regrow his arms. I was just gonna say that he can probably, of course, regrow his body arms, his body parts, whatever, right? But yeah, he didn't lose any speed whatsoever getting cut there. I guess the legs would be better to cut because he's probably like, he has a run, right? Now here comes the, yeah, his man, right? Of course he is. So is he gonna be able to run faster than him though? This feels like, well, I guess he can like breed to run faster. I guess he's gonna breed and be like a faster runner. Yeah, he's gonna like have the perfect breeding technique for running. So okay, he's gonna, yeah, here we go, Rapidish. He's gonna, you know, yeah, he's gonna run so fast. It's gonna, you know, make the place go on fire. Yeah, this is poor little girl. I should be leaving grandma's stories about demons. She's really listening to, yeah. Well, I guess they're just selling food here for the morning traffic dog, I guess, so. Yeah, I guess they probably should do that. Because they're like, you know, out selling, like. Because usually if you sell like food, like bread or so, right? You have to, of course, deliver it very early, back before people actually arrive, like at 5 in the morning, right? Being a baker is not that fun as a job, I think. My grandfather did that, I guess, or kind of same job, yeah. In a similar way. He had to go up, you know, very, very early, right, to drive out his different the goods in the morning. He would go up like 3 in the morning, kind of thing, right, to work and so on. Guess, yeah, kind of like that. Oh yeah, grandma's like, I'm gonna fight with my bentos! Yeah. Because grandma. Like, leave my granddaughter alone. At least a speedster though, so it's kind of hard to outrun him, but... Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He's like a speedster, so it's hard to outrun him. Not the guy you want to try to outrun, right? Well, now I feel Rengoku's gonna arrive though. Of course, exactly. Has a running fireball. He goes running there. He's been breeding very good for running. I mean, he's the fire guy after all. Of course, he's very fast. It's like a it's like a living fireball. Man, he's well, it's his leg probably. Okay, maybe she should have drawn the other direction. I don't know. She's an old lady though. I guess I gave her credit for fighting him as good as she could there. But yeah, getting his leg was obviously much more, you know, I'll say meaningful, because you can't run them with his leg, right? He will probably regrow that though, but... I'm just like, I breathe very good. I'm a great runner when I breathe correctly. Every human could be this fast if you just run, if you breathe better. Yeah, it's like, I should learn his breathing techniques. I can run faster too, yeah, like it's... You know, running is a lot about breathing, so... No, do this race instead. Let's run to this town instead. Let's do a race so we can win instead. You're slower than me, right? Yeah, you're obviously slower than me! Yeah, there we go. You're clearly way slower than me, though. Yeah. Pfft. If you didn't test that, you're a slowpoke. Ah, of course, Grandma saw him as the mother's... Maybe even Rengoku? Oh, she... Could be his father or something. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like, okay, she of course saw... Well, she obviously believes in demons because she has been saved once before, though. Yeah, Grandma is like... she has been saved more than once by the Demon Slayer, so... Makes sense she would believe in demons, definitely. She's been there, done that. Deja vu for this old lady. But how old is Rengoku? Will live with him? How old is he? Like, look at he saved her. Yeah, but isn't that like 20 years or something? Like, she was way younger. I know his family, you know, had the same. I've seen the movie, so. Yeah, 20 years ago, probably his dad, right? Or he's super young or something, but it sounds more like his papa, right? Hmm. Yeah, exactly. Must be his super, right? Must be his father, right? So I'm saying. Yeah, must be his own father. Yeah, his father, right? Yep. Yeah, I think she's gonna believe in demons now. This grandkid is like, you were right, Grandma, there is a lot of demons out there. Sorry, Granny, yeah, that speedster demon, he proved me wrong. Yeah, makes sense, she would obviously believe in demons now. I think with this guy, I don't know why he has troops for, he don't do much. This guy come there and I guess they give medic aid, yeah, he has like a bunch of medics or something. They don't add much to his fight though. He's like, I don't need these guys. Yeah, they come running, and he's also way faster than them, so they can't catch up to him anyway, right? Yeah, of course. Now it's like, well, the next team I'm gonna face, he's gonna be way stronger. It feels weird that I've seen the movies, I know what is gonna go with him, right? But this is obviously like a little extra material before the movie. That maybe isn't in the manga. I haven't read the manga. Is it a filler episode in that sense? Is this actually part of the manga, or is this completely added before this movie? I don't know. It feels like it could be... Filler is not as bad, right? It feels like a filler episode, honestly. Like a side story about him. I mean, actually it might be canon, though. Like, you know, canon anime, right? Like, I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. It was a pretty good episode, but I'm just saying that he's not, you know, part of the main cast, right? It's like an extra episode of him, of Rengoku doing stuff, so... They don't even see, you know, Tanjiro or whatever. They don't even see the main character. They might appear now in the end, of course. They might appear now at the last minute. That's probably happen. But I mean, yeah, we haven't even seen the other characters ever. It's only about Rapidish, so that's a little bit like it has no connection to the actual, like, the main cast. The movie, of course, is about him a lot anyway. I want to think about it, but still, though. Yeah, I guess, of course, bento. He's eating the bento in the movie, of course. Yeah, isn't he? Sitting on the train in the movie. Yes, makes sense. It's very important to get the bento, to get the bento in the movie. I get it now. Of course she wants him to step. She's like, please visit us again if you're in the area. Of course you want that. He's very rich. He keeps buying all the goods. Yeah. She's like, please visit us again. He's like, of course you're gonna say that because, you know, he's making so much. He's making them rich, right? He's like he's buying up all the stuff every time. So that's amazing for her from a production standpoint. Please buy our stuff again. You're a really good guy. It's like, yes. Let's see if I'm right. Then we see like Tanjiro and so on appearing here in the. Yeah, here we go. Ichinose! Yeah. Of course they appear in the end, right? But yeah, she's selling a bento to trade. Actually, it's a pretty interesting, you know, work thing. Yeah, why not, right? Yeah. Don't headbutt the train! It's like. Yeah, we see the, you know, the character he's gonna use this character with his magic and so on, right? Yeah. I mean, these are the, you know, people he's gonna, you know, abuse with his magic power and so on. Yeah. The sick guy and so on, yeah, of course. Have you seen the movie though? It's you obviously understand what's happening with these characters, what they're shown here. Got this Obento ready to eat. Yeah, got this food here ready to consume the greatness before you know the movie starts here. UMAI! UMAI! Yeah. UMAI! UMAI episode. What an UMAI episode. And then it's a cash cow though for the movie. The movie, I guess, was way too successful. Oh, there's actually a lot more minutes here. Oh, but it's back to like the talking. So honestly, I don't care. I don't even bother that. Honestly, I'm gonna watch it. I don't care. I don't care, honestly. It feels just gonna recap and stuff. Happens in the movie and so on. Yeah, I'm gonna ask about that. But yeah, it's I don't know. The episode's good. It was okay. Let's be honest here. The episode wasn't like super good. It wasn't like bad either, but it felt like a little weird standalone episode. It didn't like. I don't know what I was expecting really. I know the movie's gonna go into his backstory more and his father, right? But I guess I probably would have that rather, right? I would rather have him, you know, like an actual meaningful episode about his life more. Maybe a little more on you know, on Rengoku's father or something. But because the episode didn't really add any story elements, it just added he's like a good guy. We didn't know that, so I don't know. It didn't give much depth to him. He was just say, "Oh my!" It didn't give much depth to him, right? It wasn't really. It didn't really give like. It wasn't anything new, really. It's kind of like this is how he is, you know. He's kind of a simplistic good guy, yeah. Like he's a fun guy though. He's very UMAI, but you know, like I don't know. Honestly, what do you guys think? Yeah, leave a comment. I don't know. I'm just the episode was fine. I guess that's what I'm thinking. It wasn't like terrible, but it wasn't like. I don't feel it was very good either. I feel it was kind of like in the it's like very mid. I feel honestly because it's kind of like indifferent. You know, if I didn't watch the episode, it wouldn't have mattered. It didn't relate at all to Tanjiro or whatever. Right? It didn't relate to the main character whatsoever. I know what happened to him in the movie. Of course, it is an issue that I know how the movie's gonna end, and I suppose more people that are watching this have seen the movie already, right? So I'm gonna, maybe I'm gonna spoil it, but whatever. I mean, I assume people know it, right? But we have details. But obviously, I kind of know what's gonna happen in the next coming like 6-7 episodes, right? So that also makes it a little bit like, well, I guess it's a side story about him, whatever. The first 5 minutes was like, okay, it was fine, and he ran. I mean, it was still kind of fun, He's like, I can breathe perfectly when I run, so I can run fast, and he's like, oh my, with the food, and it's just generally kind of wholesome. He's like saving them, oh, my father saved you too, and so on. Right? But that's where I guess I'm lacking, that when he's like talking about his father, he could have actually gone into his father a bit, and we could have learned a little bit more about his backstory and his family and so on. But they just omitted that, so that's why I feel it's kind of shallow, I guess, that you kind of have his, very, very simple session of him, and then they don't go into his actual, family or whatever, right? And they don't go into what his father said, her for whatever. So it's just kind of like, it feels a little bit like a filler episode, right? Not, and as I mentioned earlier, a filler episode doesn't have to be bad, right? And I always say that thing. You have filler like One Piece, Navarone, amazing filler. You have the Davy Jones fight in One Piece. The Davy Jones thing, the Long Island, is in the manga, right? But in the anime, it's like 3-4 more episodes of different kind of games. And I love it in the anime. This is hilarious, yeah. So for example, you can have filler that works. You can have filler like, for example, the first Bleach arc filler. I don't want to spoil it here, but Bleach has an arc, has a couple of filler arcs, right? The first arc filler, I think, is actually pretty good, yeah. It's pretty good. It has its own, bad guy and so on. It looks pretty cool, and like that's a pretty good filler, right? So you can have good fillers. And of course, you have a mountain load of ecchi fillers, right, in anime. When you go to the beach episode or onsen and so on. Right? Particularly in shonen animes like Demon Slayer, with shonen boys right there, and go to the onsen and see the oppais or whatever. Yeah, you have a bunch of those episodes. They can be hilarious, right? And kind of seeing the shonen members hang out and and so on, right? They can be great, but this definitely feels like one of those episodes. It's a pretty good episode, but it feels kind of like a nothing burger. You just kind of see him being like, oh my, and running around, just like being happy, but it doesn't really add anything to his character than the movie already has. That's the issue, I guess, because I've already seen the movie too, and his behavior in the movie is the same as here, right? And it's no extra backstory here, so yeah, like, it's really changed, I guess, how he looks. Feels like a weird episode to start with, because you know where he's gonna go to, and I really wish instead would have expanded his backstory. That would have been much more meaningful, especially when he talked about his father. That could have been much more meaningful. Just add a few minutes in that instead, right? You could have added like maybe 2-3 minutes of his father, more in detail, or something like that. An episode would have been, I feel, a lot more worthwhile. Now I watched the episode, and I admit the first 2-3 minutes I was fixing something else, because I was like, whatever, there's like recapping, kind of talking about stuff. And then in the end, it was like recapping the movie, kind of before the movie. So I was like, it's like 6-7 minutes here where I feel like I don't even have to watch stuff. It's like in the middle there where I feel it's only the beginning and the end of the episode is kind of nonsense, right? It's kind of like I already seen this thing. Yeah, it's recapping previous stuff, and that's what I'm afraid of next week. Is probably gonna be the same thing. That if you watch the next episode, it's gonna be the movie, you know that, and they're claiming you're gonna have new scenes in the movie or extra to the movie, but it's probably gonna be like 90%. Or something like that. It's the same as the movie. So you're gonna, as I mentioned earlier, you're gonna watch the episode. You're gonna be like, oh, here's one new scene, right? And then you watch the same episode for 10 more minutes or something. Yeah, it's I don't know. I think the episode was fine. It felt very like a typical, filler scene, filler episode. Doesn't really add anything really to the storyline. Again, we didn't even see all the characters, right? We didn't see his father. We didn't see all the Hashira. We didn't have, and it could have been focused on that too. His friendship with the old Hashira and so on, but that also was that's why it's really filler too, I think, because nothing was added to other characters. We know what's gonna happen to him in the movie, right? And we could have seen him interact with the other characters. We know Hashira, for example, then, and see their dynamic, right? And then we could have get into the movie. They could have given us a little bit of the other characters, for example, or him training some disciple or whatever, right? But it's like so they kind of. They didn't do anything meaningful with the episode whatsoever. That's why it feels very filler. Like they have the manga here, they have the manga here, right? And now they're gonna have to make something in between here, and they can't do anything real. So they just kind of like, well, I guess have like a beach episode. this is like the beach episode feel to it, right? Like, it doesn't do anything real. It's still entertaining. Don't get me wrong. The episode is like fine, right? But I think I give the episode probably like a 6 out of 10 or something. It's like it's just kind of there. It's entertaining, but it has no bearing on the storyline. So it really comes off to me as a fillerish episode, and it's like a setup for the movie, right? And then you have to have the movie for like 7 weeks now. So I guess because I know that they're redoing the movie for like 2 months, that gives me a little bad taste in my mouth, honestly. So I definitely have a little bit of like a biased viewpoint, right? Basically a negative viewpoint. Because I feel it's very cheap. We waited for 2 years, so what was the 1.5 year for, you know, the season 2, right? And then they do like a 2 more months of just like recapping the movie they already did. So the movie was too big, right? Too successful, and now they're just kind of like cash cowing on that for more. It feels very, very greedy. So that is of course back in my head. I feel they are very, very greedy. So I'm a little bit like, really, just give me the anime, right? But anyway, I sound very negative now. Again, the episode was fine. It's like, you know, but it didn't really add anything. I just wish it added something extra, right? But I still enjoyed it for what it was, right? But I obviously I could have skipped episode 2, and I wouldn't, like, you know, I would have known everything the same thing anyway. Yeah, that's an issue, right? I could have skipped it, and I would have the same information in my head about the anime basically, because it's basically a bit episode. But anyway, don't get me wrong. I think the episode was entertaining, and it looked good, right? It looked good, but I guess it's like a short episode. Yeah, I think the episode is like popcorn food. It's good, but it's very, very shallow, I suppose, something like that. I'm not super negative, but I admit that I am biased, right? Because I am quite disappointed in their massive greed, so that makes me kind of generally negative on the anime. We just kind of like, yeah, do the move again. But anyway, I'm still excited though to see when the real season 2 starts, which is like in 2 months from now. So I'll see you guys in 2 months with Demon Slayer. Otherwise, of course, check out my musical attention today, right? Meruko-chan, you know, Baby Paladin yesterday with the Undead, that was pretty good too. Interesting anime. There's also good animes though, to that point, obviously potentially, that was before is the best thing in my opinion this season. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with... Oh, what's tomorrow? This is the last thing today then. Tomorrow it's some... Oh god, it's the vampire comedy. That was pretty good. That was pretty funny. The opening is amazing. Of the vampire dies so easily, yeah. The vampire dies so easily, or dies a lot. I guess you could translate it to. Dies so easily, I guess would probably be the correct translation. Kyokitsuki Sugushini. Kyotsuki is vampire in Japanese. I probably butchered that word now. Kyoski? It's like W-O. The W-O. Kyokitsuki. Shinomi is dead or died, right? But yeah. Yeah. It's the Isekai with the gorilla waifu. That's pretty interesting, yeah. Those two tomorrow. That was pretty funny, and the ex-waifu looks really hot, so yeah, Shinkai no Mi. Actually pretty good too. Not that amazing. I'm not saying either anime weren't amazing. They're both kind of like comedy, right? But they were pretty fun. Not like my highlights on Monday, I suppose, but I liked them both. They were fun. The gorilla wife actually was pretty cute, so I think it was pretty funny. She's like super happy and kind of One Punch Man backstory. And the vampire storyline, I said last Monday, the first half was like decent, the kind of opening, but the second half was really funny. So I think that was kind of uneven. The first half was just okay, but the second part was really funny. So I'm looking forward to hopefully it's even better tomorrow than a bit like the continuation of the second part, because I felt basically chapter 1 wasn't that good, right? It was like okay, chapter 2 was really good. So I feel the author probably kind of got okay, this is how I can make it happen, right? So I'm interested tomorrow, yeah. So we'll see you guys and have a great day.